Banks earned $100 billion from credit card interest and fees in 2022. That's not just a number, it's a business model designed to keep you in debt, not help you get out. When you owe more, they win more. In 2015, I sat across from a bank executive in New York. Off the record, he admitted they make more from customers who juggle debt than those who pay off their cards each month. He chuckled, like it was a well-known secret among insiders. But there's something deeper at play, something most people don't realize. By the end of this video, you'll understand why banks prefer you shackled to your loans, how they trap you, and one powerful way you can fight back. Imagine a spider weaving its web. Each silky strand is a credit card offer, a low-interest loan, a tempting line of credit. They lure you in, make you feel secure. But once you're in, escape becomes difficult. You're caught, not by accident, but by design. Today, we'll explore why banks thrive when you're in debt. You'll learn about the hidden mechanisms they use to keep you there, the real-world impact these tactics have on your life, and how you can use this knowledge to break free. It's time to tear apart the web, to see the trap for what it is, and find your way to freedom. Because understanding their game means you can change the rules. Let's get into it. Block 1. The debt machine. Banks design products to keep you in debt. It's not a glitch in the system. Picture this. You're on a treadmill that speeds up whenever you slow down. You're running, thinking you're making progress, but the moment you ease up, it picks up pace. That's exactly how debt works. The mechanics look innocent, but the machinery is anything but. Debt isn't an accident, it's a strategy. Interest rates on your credit card, for instance, are deliberately complex. They hover and shift, keeping you guessing. Right now, the average credit card interest rates are at a record high of 20%. These numbers aren't plucked from thin air. They're calculated, studied, and used to keep you paying. Banks profit more when you pay just the minimum. Not when you pay early, not when you clear your balance. It's in your lingering debt, where they see their real revenue. I once wrote about how banks profit from overdraft fees. That story never saw the light of day. The bank was an advertiser. They know that lending to you isn't about a one-time transaction. It's about creating a customer for life. What if debt was the goal, not the risk? This isn't a loose thread. It's the entire fabric. Banks weave a net that ensures each cycle of debt traps you further. It's a cash cow for them, and every missed payment, every rolled over balance, adds to their profits. Here's one actionable truth. Always pay more than the minimum. Every single time. Break the cycle. Slow down the treadmill. Remember this, debt is their game, but it's your life. Block 2. The illusion of choice. Imagine being offered a menu where every dish is nothing but the same meal, just disguised differently. Banks sell debt as freedom. They dress it up, make it sound like a buffet of options. Pick this card, that loan, this offer. Choice feels empowering, but it's a trap. Hidden within every selection is a tether that keeps you bound to them. Every choice they offer keeps you just ahead of financial ruin. The illusion is powerful, and they wield it masterfully. At first glance, it seems like freedom, but look closer and you see chains. I once interviewed a central banker who laughed when I asked if savings accounts beat inflation. It was a joke to him, as if real savings were a quaint notion of yesteryear. Freedom is just another form of control. Banks know that as long as you believe you're choosing, you're less likely to notice the strings. Americans carry an average credit card balance of $6,194. Each payment you make is a careful calculation to keep you on the hook, dancing to the rhythm of their design. Financial independence isn't a choice banks sell you. That independence threatens their very model. It's not part of the narrative they endorse. They want customers who keep the machine running, not those who step off. Here's an actionable insight. Question every financial choice you're offered. Look for alternatives outside the mainstream. Find those paths that genuinely lead to freedom. And remember this, true freedom doesn't come from choice, but from breaking free of the choices given to you. Block 3. Interest. The hidden tax interest. It's the hidden tax you weren't told about. Every year, the average household pays over $1,000 in interest. Most people don't think twice about it. But here's the truth. Interest payments dwarf what you save. It's like a leaky faucet that never stops dripping. Drop by drop, it drains your wealth, and eventually, you're left high and dry. Banks count on you ignoring this. It's a slow drain, designed to be just slow enough that you don't notice until it's too late. They want you focused on the small print savings, not the ocean-sized interest. Because the moment you start paying attention, you realize just how deep their hooks are in your pocket. I saw colleagues lose their jobs for daring to expose these expensive financial truths. They tried to tell people how much more they're paying in interest than they're saving through any bank's supposed deals. But such revelations weren't good for business, apparently. Because if you knew, you might start making different decisions. And here's the twist. Interest is more than just a drain. It's a tax you never consented to. You pay it not out of legal obligation, but because the system's designed to keep you in the dark. What if I told you that every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you can't invest in your future? Imagine paying for air every month. That's essentially what interest does to you. Banks thrive because so few question this setup. But now you understand the game. And once you see the strings, you can't unsee them. In the next section, I'll show you why banks get nervous if you even think about paying off your debt early. Block 4. Why early payments hurt banks. Think about how a magician's trick falls apart once you see the strings. That's what happens to banks when you start paying off debt early. Early payments eliminate banks' profit. They rely on you carrying debt, and when you don't, they start to sweat. They even charge penalties if you try to leave the show early. Why would they punish you for being responsible? Debt paid off fast is money lost for them. Every month, you keep a balance. They're collecting on it. But the moment you decide enough is enough, banks see it as a threat to their bottom line. The system is set up to discourage you from being financially free. Penalties for early payments can range from 1 to 5% of the loan balance. That's right, they're essentially fining you for being prudent. I witnessed editors kill stories that shed light on these penalties. They didn't want you to know how much banks lose when you pay off debt ahead of schedule. It's a dirty secret that keeps most consumers complacent. But here's the kicker. Your financial health isn't their bottom line's friend. Banks profit when you remain in a cycle of debt. Breaking free from that cycle shakes their business model to its core. So why do they want you to believe paying off debt early is a mistake? Understand this. You're not just fighting for your financial life. You're challenging an entire system built on your inertia. See these penalties for what they are, a desperate attempt to keep you chained. Once you understand the system's design, you gain the power to navigate it to your advantage. And that moment, when you see through the facade, is when true financial independence begins. Banks profit when you stay trapped in debt. That's their game. So how do you break free? Step 1, build savings first. Because building savings breaks the debt cycle. The average American holds about $5,330 in credit card debt, often paying over 20% in interest. If you have this kind of debt, put aside $500 as an emergency fund, cut one non-essential spending category in half, just one, and redirect that money to savings. Even if it takes months, you'll have a buffer. This buffer prevents new debt when unexpected expenses hit. Save first, then focus on paying off that 20% monster. Step 2, educate yourself on financial health. Education on financial health isn't profitable for banks. They need you in the dark. Yet, knowledge is your weapon. Spend 1 hour a week learning about personal finance. A 1% reduction in interest on a $10,000 loan saves you $100 per year. Money you could keep. Start with free resources like online courses or library books. I left journalism to apply these truths and found my own financial independence. If I could do it, you can too. Empower yourself, and you'll undermine the bank's grip on your wallet. Step 3, invest in yourself. Investing in yourself starves their profits. What if you stopped being a customer altogether? That's the idea. Instead of just paying down debt, build skills that increase your income. One additional skill could raise your salary by 10%. On a $50,000 salary, that's an extra $5,000 annually, more than enough to start eliminating debt. Choose a skill that complements your current job and spend 30 minutes daily honing it. I did this myself, transitioning from journalism to finance. The skill I learned not only eliminated my debt, but set me on a path to independence. Banks want you in debt, but now you have a blueprint out. Educate yourself, invest in yourself. Take these steps and escape the maze by building your own ladder. Remember the $100 billion banks earn from your debt. It's more than just a number. It's a system designed to keep you trapped in cycles of interest and fees. You now know that debt isn't just a personal issue. It's a corporate strategy, a profit machine that feeds off your financial stress. So what do? First, educate yourself. Learn the rules of their game, because knowledge is your first defense. Second, pay more than the minimum on your debts. Every dollar extra is a vote against their profits. Third, invest in your financial knowledge. Understand where your money goes and why. Here's the truth. Money isn't just currency, and the banks have been wielding it over you for too long. If this changed how you see money, you know what to do. Think about this. Every time you use your credit card, you're making a choice, not just about what you buy, but about who profits from your spending. What side of that transaction do you really want to be on?